All right, now for number 4, this is one of those little bit more challenging questions that you have to find out the solution, you have to solve for X. And just to keep in mind that you have 2 jobs. 1, find X. And 2, make sure that the X value will make the equation true. Okay, a lot of people stumble on this type of questions because they only did the first part. They just found the X values. They didn't do the second half, which is to make sure that the values are true. So, so what we're going to do, we are going to, let me go ahead and write this equation right here. And in order to get X together, apparently we will need to square both sides. It is very necessary that you use parentheses to group the whole side. It's a good notation to have. All right, do not skip this notation. And then you will be like, oh yeah, the square and the square root, they cancel each other out because they are inverse functions. They cancel each other out. And now, this is the part. This is the challenging part. What do you do after this? And from my personal experience, I would tell you this, that you have to do more, you have to see more, and you become more familiar. So familiar that you tell yourself that whenever you see X squared and X together, you would always put all of them on one side because you want to set it equal to 0. And the benefit of doing so is because you can now factor. So you actually have to retain 2 steps and see the outcome of the 2 steps so that you can justify your own action. If you cannot see the 2 steps ahead, it is going to be very challenging to know why on earth you would set it equal to 0. Okay, you've got to see the action that we will do and the fruits that we get and the end of the process, and we say, oh my God, I can find out the X values. How wonderful. Okay, how wonderful that is. And we will try to put into the equation and see how things are true or not true. And 2x plus 3 is equal to, so I'll put 3 into the x's, and we'll see how things would turn out to be true or not. And if I put in 3 is good. So 3 is a good choice. And then we do the same thing for, for the -1. Okay, now if you have sharp eyes, you will soon realize that -1 may not be a good choice because you have square root of a number that is equal to -1 that would never be true. Okay, so so this is not true, and therefore we call this extraneous because it is not a solution. It does not make the equation true. It's not a solution. So in this case, your answer is 3 only, not 3 and -1.